Have you ever looked at your plate and thought I eat healthy? So why am I still feeling tired all the time? You start your morning with a banana. Lunch, maybe some grilled chicken on whole wheat bread. Dinner, avocado toast, a glass of milk, a few almonds before bed. They told you these were good for you, and yet your legs swell, your back aches. You're constantly thirsty, constantly fatigued. Your doctor says your kidney numbers aren't great, but nothing alarming. So what's really going on? Here's the painful truth. After 65, your body changes, your kidneys slow down, and foods that once helped you may now be quietly poisoning you. Yes, poisoning you. Not in an obvious, dramatic way, but in a slow, silent buildup. Potassium, phosphorus, sodium when your kidneys can't flush them out like before they collect in your blood. They burden your heart, they zap your energy, and some of the most healthy foods are the worst culprits. So ask yourself, do you really know what's on your plate? Are your healthy habits slowly hurting you? Watch until the end, because there's something in this list that will absolutely surprise you. And once you know what to change, you can take back control of your energy, your body, and your kidneys starting today. Most people think kidney disease shows up with big, scary symptoms, but in reality, it creeps in slowly, quietly. And by the time you feel it, real damage may already be done. But here's the real problem. The advice we've been following for decades isn't made for aging kidneys. When you were younger, your body could handle a lot. More protein. No problem. Extra potassium. Your kidneys flushed it right out. But after 65, things shift. The filters in your kidneys, the nephrons, start to wear down. They don't clear out waste as fast. They struggle with high loads of certain nutrients, and yet no one told you to eat differently. So you keep doing what you were told: eat whole grains, eat bananas, drink milk, because those are healthy, right? But the truth is, even healthy foods can become harmful if your kidneys can't handle them anymore. And the worst part, you might feel fine until one day you don't. This is why so many seniors are shocked when their blood work comes back with high creatinine, elevated potassium, or low GFR. They say, but I eat clean, I don't even eat junk food. Exactly. It's not junk food that's hurting you. It's the clean foods that no longer suit your aging body. Let's break down the 5 most common ones one by one. Some will surprise you, some you might be eating every day, and once you know what they do, you'll never look at them the same way again. 1. Avocados. They told me it was a superfood. My daughter would say, "Mom, try avocado toast. It's good fat." And I believed her. Every morning I'd slice up half an avocado, mash it on a piece of whole grain toast, sprinkle some pepper, and feel proud of myself. Healthy fats, fiber, vitamin E. It felt like I was doing everything right. But one day my legs started swelling. I felt a strange pressure in my chest at night, like I couldn't breathe deeply. At first, I blamed it on age, on being tired. Then my doctor checked my labs. "Your potassium is a bit high," he said. Not dangerously so, but something's off. I was shocked. I don't eat chips. I don't eat fried food. So I asked him, what could be causing it? He looked at me, paused, and said, "Do you eat avocados?" When I said yes every day, he raised his eyebrows. You see, avocados are one of the highest potassium foods you can eat. One medium avocado can have up to 900 milligrams of potassium. That's nearly half the daily limit for someone with compromised kidney function. Here's the truth. As we age, our kidneys naturally lose efficiency. Even if you've never had kidney disease, your filtering system isn't what it used to be. And potassium is sneaky. It builds up silently in the bloodstream. Too much can cause irregular heartbeats, fatigue, muscle cramps, even sudden heart failure. No one warned me. I was trying to be healthy, and I was poisoning myself one clean bite at a time. Now I still enjoy avocados, but I eat just a thin slice once or twice a week. I swap them out for crunchy cucumbers or a handful of blueberries. Do I miss the creaminess a little? But I don't miss the swelling, or the fear that something inside me is quietly breaking down. So, before you mash that avocado, ask yourself, is your body ready to handle it, or is it time to rethink what healthy means for your kidneys? 2. Whole grains, brown rice, whole wheat bread. It was my son who first convinced me to switch. "White bread's no good, Mom," he said. "You need whole grains. It's better for your heart, better for your sugar." So I listened. I swapped out my soft white sandwich bread for dense whole wheat, replaced my plain rice with brown rice, even tried quinoa once or twice, though I never liked the texture. For a while I felt proud. I was making smarter choices, eating like they say on the news. Then came my yearly checkup. My creatinine had gone up. My GFR, a number that shows kidney function, had gone down. The doctor said, "We'll watch it. Could be aging." But something didn't sit right with me. I asked a dietitian. I eat clean. No fast food, no fried stuff. What am I doing wrong? She asked me what grains I ate. When I told her brown rice whole wheat bread, she gave me a look I didn't expect. Here's what I learned. Whole grains are healthy for the heart and blood sugar, yes, but they are also higher in phosphorus and potassium than refined grains. And for kidneys that are slowing down, that's a problem. See, phosphorus is a mineral. Your body needs some, but not too much. And when it builds up in the blood, it pulls calcium out of your bones. It can harden your arteries, damage your heart, and make your bones fragile. You won't feel it happening, but the damage is real. Even worse, many whole grain products, especially processed ones, have added phosphates that your body absorbs even faster than natural phosphorus. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was doing the right thing, choosing brown over white, natural over processed. But at my age, the rules have changed. Now I balance. I still eat bread, but sometimes it's white, especially if I'm also eating dairy or meat that day. I mix brown and white rice, and I always check labels for phosphate or phosphoric anything. Whole grains aren't evil, but they're not harmless either, not when your kidneys are slowing down. So if you've been eating whole everything thinking it's always better, it might be time to ask, is your body still benefiting from these choices, or are they quietly wearing you down? 3. Bananas and oranges. It started with leg cramps. Every night around 2 a.m., my calves would seize up tight as a drum. I'd sit on the edge of the bed groaning, trying to stretch, sometimes even crying. My neighbor, who's also in her 70s, said, "You need more potassium. Eat a banana before bed." So I did. Then I added orange juice in the morning, just a small glass. I figured, hey, these are fruits. Natural, healthy. What could go wrong? Well, everything. A month later, my blood work showed my potassium had jumped. My doctor looked concerned. "Have you changed anything in your diet?" he asked. I told him about the banana at night, the orange juice in the morning. He leaned back in his chair. "I think it's time we talk about potassium. Here's the thing, bananas and oranges are loaded with it. One medium banana has over 420 milligauss of potassium. One orange, around 250 milliliters. That small glass of orange juice, easily over 400 milliliters. That adds up fast. Now, potassium is essential. It helps your muscles, your nerves, your heart. But as we age, our kidneys become less efficient at getting rid of the extra. And when potassium builds up in your blood, it can become toxic. We're talking irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, even sudden cardiac arrest in extreme cases. And here's what really shook me. I thought I was helping my cramps, but I was actually making things worse because high potassium can also cause muscle spasms. I was feeding the problem. So now I've changed. I stopped the nightly banana, no more morning orange juice. Instead, I snack on apples, grapes, and a handful of blueberries. Still sweet, still satisfying, but far safer for aging kidneys. Nobody told me fruit could be dangerous. But here's the truth. Healthy doesn't mean harmless. Not after 65. Not when your kidneys are slowing down. So the next time you peel that banana or pour that juice, ask yourself, is this helping you feel better or slowly raising risks you can't see? 4. Dairy, milk, yogurt, cheese. I grew up in a time when milk was sacred. Drink your milk, it builds strong bones. Every morning I poured a tall glass. With lunch, a slice of cheese. And in the evenings, when I wanted something light before bed, a cup of yogurt. It was my routine for decades. Even after 65, I kept it up. I worried about osteoporosis. Everyone said calcium was key. So I doubled down. Low-fat milk, Greek yogurt, a little cottage cheese with fruit. It felt smart. But then my blood pressure started creeping up. I was more tired. My skin itched for no reason, sometimes on my arms, sometimes behind my knees. I couldn't figure it out. So I asked my nephrologist during a routine visit. She looked at my labs, then asked one question. "How much dairy do you eat?" I told her. She nodded and said, "Let's talk about phosphorus." See, dairy isn't just rich in calcium. It's also packed with phosphorus, a mineral that becomes dangerous when your kidneys slow down. Why? Because your kidneys filter out excess phosphorus. And if they can't, that phosphorus starts building up in your blood. Too much phosphorus pulls calcium from your bones. It makes your blood vessels stiff. It can lead to heart disease, brittle bones, and skin problems. And the worst part, some dairy products, especially flavored yogurts, processed cheese, or high-protein versions, have added phosphates, which your body absorbs even faster than natural ones. Nobody tells seniors that. We just think milk eats your good. But the truth is, after a certain age, it's not so simple. Now I've made changes. I switched to almond milk, unsweetened, low in phosphorus. I cut back on cheese. I read every yogurt label. And when I do have dairy, it's small amounts spaced out, not all in one day. I still care about my bones. But I've learned protecting your kidneys is just as important. Because if your kidneys fail, everything else follows. So if you're still drinking milk every day or having yogurt every night, pause and ask yourself, is it time to rethink what you've always believed was good for you? 5. High-protein health foods. Protein shakes, lean meat, snack bars. After I turned 70, I noticed my arms were thinning. My grip felt weaker. One morning, I couldn't even open a jar of pickles. It scared me. At my next checkup, my doctor said, "Muscle loss is common as we age. You need more protein." So I did what most people do. I stocked up. Lean chicken breast, egg whites, protein bars, and those big plastic tubs of powder vanilla chocolate, you name it. Every morning I blended a protein shake. I thought I was fighting aging, staying strong. But what I didn't realize, I was making my kidneys fight for their life. Here's what I didn't know then. Too much protein, especially from animal sources or supplements, creates waste like urea and ammonia, and your kidneys have to filter all of it. When you're younger, your kidneys can handle the extra load. But after 65, that filter system, the nephrons, starts slowing down. They're fewer, weaker, and when you flood them with excess protein day after day, they strain. Over time, that strain turns into damage. I started feeling it subtly. Tired all the time, foggy thinking, more frequent trips to the bathroom at night. When I mentioned the protein shakes to my nephrologist, she nearly sighed. "Please stop," she said gently. "You're not bodybuilding, you're overloading your kidneys." And then she told me something that really hit me. You only need enough protein to maintain, not to overbuild. You're not 25 anymore, you're 75. It wasn't just the shakes either. Many protein bars and supplements have added phosphorus. They don't always say phosphorus on the label, they hide it in words like phosphate, phosphoric acid, or polyphosphate. And your body absorbs those even faster than natural sources. Now I still eat protein, but more mindfully. I go for small portions of fish or eggs. I add in lentils or tofu once or twice a week. No more powders, no more bars. My strength is better now, not because I overloaded on protein, but because I stopped punishing my kidneys. So ask yourself, are you fueling your muscles or wearing down your filters, one scoop at a time? A kidney-safe daily eating plan for adults over 65. How to protect your kidneys through small, thoughtful food choices each day. Breakfast. What many people do. Start the day with a banana whole grain toast with avocado and a glass of milk. It sounds healthy, but for aging kidneys, it may be too much potassium and phosphorus right at the start. A better way. Try a small bowl of cooked oats topped with thin apple slices and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Add 1 slice of white toast with a touch of unsalted butter. Drink a cup of herbal tea or just warm water with a bit of lemon. Why it helps? This breakfast keeps potassium low, avoids dairy, and still provides fiber and energy to start your day without overloading your kidneys. Mid-morning snack. Instead of a banana or orange juice, try a small handful of red grapes, blueberries, or a rice cake with a thin spread of almond butter. These are lower in potassium and gentler on your system. Lunch. What many think is healthy, a whole wheat turkey sandwich with a glass of milk. But that adds up quickly in phosphorus and potassium, especially with the dairy. Try this instead. Grilled chicken breast served with white rice alongside a fresh cucumber and bell pepper salad dressed with olive oil and lemon. Finish with a small apple or pear. This kind of lunch gives your body protein in the right amount, avoids excess phosphorus, and includes plenty of kidney-safe vegetables. Afternoon snack. Instead of yogurt or a high-protein bar, choose simple, low-sodium snacks. A few rice crackers, a small handful of baby carrots, or even some celery sticks. Drink some herbal tea if you like, or just water. If you truly enjoy yogurt, have a small portion, about 1/4 cup of a non-dairy, unsweetened, almond-based yogurt. Pair it with a few fresh strawberries for flavor and balance. Dinner. Some people go for brown rice, beans, meat, and maybe even milk again. But after 65, this combination can be heavy on the kidneys. Consider this baked salmon or 1 to 2 eggs served with mashed potatoes that have been boiled and drained to reduce potassium, and a side of steamed green beans or cabbage. Drink water with lemon if you like. This keeps potassium, sodium, and phosphorus under control while still feeling like a satisfying, complete meal. Evening snack. Many seniors end their day with a glass of milk or a banana. But again, that adds more potassium and phosphorus right before bedtime. Instead, try a few apple slices, a small handful of berries, or 1 rice cake. Sip some chamomile tea to relax. Smart tips to keep in mind. Boiling and draining high-potassium vegetables like potatoes and carrots helps remove a large part of their potassium. Always read food labels. Look out for ingredients that say phosphate or anything similar. These are phosphorus additives and can harm your kidneys. Watch your salt. Too much sodium raises blood pressure and makes kidney function worse. Don't flood your body with water, but stay gently hydrated unless told otherwise by your doctor. Spread your protein across the day. Don't load up at dinner. This plan isn't about giving up your favorite foods. It's about learning how your body has changed and how small choices now can give you more energy, fewer symptoms, and a better quality of life. You don't have to eat bland or boring meals. You just need to eat with your kidneys in mind. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware. I know change can feel overwhelming. You've been eating a certain way for decades, and now suddenly the rules are different. The foods you trusted, milk, bananas, whole grain bread, might be doing more harm than good. It's not your fault. No one taught us how to eat for aging kidneys. No one told us that what's healthy at 40 might be risky at 70. But now you know. You don't have to cut everything out. You don't have to be afraid of food. You just have to make a few smart shifts day by day, meal by meal. 1 less banana this week. 1 switch from milk to almond milk. 1 careful look at a food label before buying. That's all it takes. 5 minutes a day to rethink your meals and protect your kidneys for years to come. Because when your kidneys are working well, everything else works better. Your heart, your energy, your sleep, your mood, it all connects. So if you've ever felt confused by what to eat or wondered why you feel tired, swollen, or just off, start here. Start small and start now. Leave a comment if this video opened your eyes. Share it with someone else over 65 who needs to hear this. And subscribe, because I'll be sharing more simple, powerful changes you can make to feel better every single day. You deserve to feel well. You deserve clarity. And it's never too late to give your body a fresh start.